Hey everyone, Chris Mattson here. In this video, I'm going to solve the CAD Fluency test Climbing Cam the way I would do it. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not sure how this is going to go. Clearly, we will run into trouble. That's how it goes whenever we're working on any model. The question is, can we get through it with a good attitude, and can we keep our cool about us and make it through the tough parts? I've just downloaded the file itself, and I'm going to take a look at that. Actually, let me just do a screen recording here. Some of the things I'm thinking about on my iPad. Okay, I've just downloaded this CAD Fluency test. I'm just going to start reading through this. It says I have 3 hours to complete the test, but my schedule only gives me 2 hours because I got another meeting coming up at 9:30 in the morning, and it's currently 7:18. Okay, I'm just reading through this. Now I see in the test questions, I've got the long pin worth 4 points. Okay, the plastic cam cover, that's the second part I need to create. I got the cam head. What is the cam head? Okay, so that's third piece I need to create. I got the cam lobe as a fourth piece I need to create. And then I can see that I need to modify two other parts. So I need to make 4 parts, modify 2 parts, make an assembly, and run an interference analysis. That's in essence what I got to do. Here are some pictures of the things that I need to do. Okay, just continuing to look through this for a second. Here's the long pin. That looks easy. Here is the plastic cover, housing cover. Doesn't look too intimidating. The lobe looks pretty messy. There's another part I needed to do. Cam head. Okay, there's no picture of the cam head. Whoops. There's no picture of the cam head, but I can see the cam head is described right there. Or at least pointed to right there. Okay, now I'm into the engineering drawings. Let's take a look at what we're going to do with these engineering drawings. This is our full assembly. Okay, here's our assembly exploded. Interestingly, I don't see the head there. Why do I not see the head there? Oh boy. Look, it's a typo in there. 2 item 10s. That's messy. And I'm not seeing the head in there. That's messed up. Okay, even worse. The cam head should be appearing in this area, but it's not in there. That's, like I said, messed up. Based on the original picture that we're looking at here, this one, the cam head seems to be in this area. Something in there. That's not good that it's not in that drawing. Okay, let's see if we got any other way to know what the cam head is. Here's the cam head. All right, here's the lobe. Here's the other lobe drawings. Okay, what else do we got here that can help us? We don't have anything that will help us know what's supposed to be happening with the cam head. It looks like I'm going to have to make some assumptions with that, which are a little bit sad that I got to make some assumptions. Of course, we always have to make some assumptions. Not entirely sure what to do with that. Okay, I have no way of sort of knowing what's going on with the cam head other than, you know, actually this looks like the cam head, and right in there might be some of those features. Some of those features that are, where's that? I think I might have seen some of these features over there. Okay, well that's tough. We're gonna have to just go with whatever we can here, and we're gonna go forward with it. All right, let's talk about the drawings here for a second. I am going to, okay, looking at the long pin, I'm going to put my origin right here at halfway. Then I can make these features and mirror them across that. I'm put the center axis right down the middle of this so I could do a revolve. That's how I'm going to do that piece. This piece, what am I going to do with this piece? This piece wants to be revolved, it seems. It's got 1.875 thickness everywhere, looks like, except in this area where maybe it's offset from the outer profile. So when I have things that give me a constant thickness everywhere, I'm pretty much going to want to do a shell. So that means I will do a, you know, what am I going to do? I'm going to do a profile like that, revolve it around the center axis, shell out the middle, and cut out this little piece that's right here, however that is. I'm going to cut out that little piece. And I can see, just on how it looks right here, that it's going to be a revolve cut, which I can tell by this 25 degrees times 4. Why would that be times 4? Okay, because I got it on all 4 sides. Here's 25, here's 25, here's 25, and there's 25. And then I'll add in those fillets. That's what I'm going to do on that one. On this one, I am going to, I see that there is symmetry. I'm going to draw on this one here. I can see there's symmetry in this part and this part, so I'm going to want to have an axis, one of the planes right through this middle part somewhere. And I can see that those features exist on the bottom and on the top. So I'm going to want to have the other plane right down the other center. Okay, so one plane right here, one plane right here, and the other plane right here. So I'm going to put my origin right in the very center of this circle. I'm going to make this outside shape first, and then it looks like I'm going to create this funny shape that's cut out. I can see that this is the profile of it at section AA, which is shown as just a slice here. So if I get that cross section, I can push it through a sweep profile. So I'm going to do this one with sweep cut. Sweep cut. All right. Then we got the lobe. Okay, the lobe I think was worth the most amount of points. So how are we going to do the lobe? I think the first thing I'm going to do with the lobe is just get this, you know, this outside shape that looks like this, maybe with a hole in there. I'm going to extrude that some thickness. That's like this. Then I'm going to start to cut out these holes. I can see that this drawing is showing me all of these cutouts, but it's not giving me any information on this cutout. This one, however, is. So that's what I'm going to do next, is go and make that cutout. And then I'm going to just go make all these cutouts that are on this page. Then there is something funky going on these edges. And so gonna go make that happen. Then I'll pop in these other holes and we'll basically be done. Okay, then what do we got? This thing, the only dimensions given on here are related to this thread. So that's probably the only thing I need to do there is the thread. And this one is a decal placement activity. So I'm going to go place a decal on that. And then good, what the heck is this? Okay, extra random page there at the bottom. What is that? I don't even know what that is. Okay, I'm going to go start this. All right, so we're starting now with the long pin. That's what we're going to do. So first things first is I'm going to make a new part. New part. All right, it is 7:37 right now. According to my strategy, I'm going to draw a circle on here. Origin, link to the origin. Okay, this is 5 point, what did the drawing say? Hold on. 5.5. 5.5 millimeters. Great. Going to accept that. Going to take that sketch. Going to do an extrude. And I'm going to do an extrude 79, just 79. And instead of being blind, I'm going to go mid-plane, which is going to split the distance 79 above the plane I drew, and excuse me, half of 79 above the plane I drew, and half 79 below the plane I drew. That's going to get me that main shaft part. Now what I'm going to do is go put the spherical thing in there, the spherical top, and then I'm going to mirror it around the plane that I drew my original sketch on. Okay, so what do we have going on? We have something like this, and we need to convert entity. We're going to go get this thing, convert entity, excellent. We're going to go from this midpoint up some distance, excellent. And then we're going to get this, and to make ourselves perfectly spherical up at the top, we are going to have to do what we learned in class, which is make this for construction, and then make this and this tangent to each other. Excellent. Now what I need is trim this because I need to get a closed cross section, and I can see I don't have a closed cross section, but now I do. And now we're going to just dimension this thing out. The diameter of this outside part should be 6, so the radius should be 3. And smart dimension, this thing is 15.15. Whoops. I'm seeing that in the engineering drawing. Okay, and then we have one more dimension to do, which is this down to the midplane, which is this. And that one needs to be 81 divided by 2, which is 40.5. And it's all black, which means it is fully constrained. And I'm going to take that shape and revolve boss base it around this. And that gets me that beautiful spherical thing that I wanted. Now I'm going to take that revolve and mirror it. And I'm going to mirror it around to this plane. I see the preview showing up right there, so I'm going to accept that. I'm going to apply my material, which is the steel AISI 1020, which is that one. Apply, close, and we're going to evaluate this by checking the mass properties, and looking at the engineering drawing, the mass should be 15.31, and I am 15.3 rounded up, 15.31. So that's good. Save this thing, and we are, whoops, I didn't even save this one yet. Cam, okay, I'm on cap locks, which I'm not liking. Cam 37 net ID. Okay. Long pin. Save. Excellent. Now we're going to go on to the next one, and the next one is the cover. I'm just going to go with this right in order for a minute. That took me 6 minutes or so. I don't remember what time it was. Well, we're going to say 6 minutes, okay? I guess 7:37 is when I started, but we'll pretend it's 7:35. Okay, now we're going to get a new part. And my new part here is going to be the cover. So let's go ahead and save this as cover. Cam 37, cover, whoops. Cover, I'm sort of worried about whether I'm going to be able to finish this test in time. So I'm making some dumb mistakes, which I don't like to do. Okay, so now on my front plane, I'm going to have something that is very similar to, okay, so I need to make a line. I'm going to have a line that goes this way, and then this way, and this way. Then I got a couple of curves. Okay, and then I have another flat. I got some curves connecting those two things. And I can see that those curves are nice and smooth everywhere. So it's like I'm going to have something like this. Okay, it's going to be something like this, but I got to go get my geometric properties to be correct. Oops. Okay, so grab this, and I want it to be tangent to each other. I'm going to grab this, and I want it to be tangent to each other. And I'm going to grab this, and hold Shift, and grab this, and let go of Shift, and get that little relationship to pop up. And that is, in essence, what I'm wanting. Except, I've got to go get all of these shapes to be right here. Okay. This one is 3.64. Okay, 12.5. So this one is 12.5 divided by 2. Okay, not divided by 52. Divided by 2. Okay. That got a little bit messy, so let me undo that one for a second. And instead, let me do this one first. Okay, this would be 8.75 divided by 2. Okay, good. And then, which one was I going for before? This one. This one needs to become 12.5 divided by 2. Excellent. And then I have got a radius of 6 on this, and a radius of, what did that say, 3? 3 on this. And we are completely defined now, which is excellent, just what we wanted. Now I'm going to take that sketch and I'm going to do a revolve boss base around that. Okay, profile. Let's see, profile. Let's see, get out of this thing for a second. That's, how come I don't have a closed sketch? That's not right. Do I have a closed sketch? Let's go check that out. Edit this. Okay, good. I do have a closed sketch. Okay, now I'm going to grab this thing and do not a lofted boss base, a revolved boss base. I think I clicked the wrong button a minute ago. There we go. Okay, excellent. Now what we need to do is get the shell feature of this. And the way we're going to get the shell feature of this is that I'm going to grab this face and hold Shift and grab this face. Now those two faces chosen. Hit the shell button. Let's get a preview on this so we can see if it's working right. 1.875. Excellent. That's what I'm wanting. Let's go check and see if that worked by making a cross section. That's looking pretty right. Pretty right at this point. Okay. Excellent. So not that it matters tremendously, but I can see at least from the engineering drawing that the the side cutouts are not made on that front plane. They're made on this right plane. Like I said, this doesn't really matter, but if I wanted this part to appear just as it does in this drawing, I would need to do this. So let's see what's going on here. This says offset of outer edge by 0.4. So let's try offsetting entities. Okay, first of all, I need to go the opposite direction, reverse. And we need to get way smaller than this. 0.4. Yep. Okay, let's see if we can get the rest of these. Yep. Yep. And yep. Great. Dang it. I hit escape instead of actually doing that, so let's go fix that up again. Will it remember where I want to go? Nope. Okay. Grab that. Notice I'm not grabbing the revolve. I'm trying to grab this edge. All right. Blah, 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 accept that. All right, now, I guess I don't have to do exactly what I'm doing right now, but I'm going to try to convert this entity and this entity and this entity and this entity, and make a horizontal line up there. That's good. And make a horizontal line down here. That's good. Gonna go in and trim some of this. Trim, 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 and trim, trim, trim. All right, that should give me a closed cross section. Let's get some dimensions on this now. Okay, I can see this one from this bottom plane up to this top thing is 26.98. All right. And I can see to the bottom it's 4. This should get me give me a fully defined section, except I got to go trim those things. So let's go do that. Edit. See the blue thing sticking out right there. Actually, there's some funkies going on here. The first I need to do is extend that. Then I can come in here and just plain old delete this. Delete and delete. Then I need to trim that, and then go trim that, and that gets me my closed cross section. 4, 4, 4. Okay, so that's looking right. Okay, there we go. Now it says I'm underdefined, which I'm not happy about, but actually down here at the bottom it says fully defined. I was looking at this spot over here where it's got a minus sign, but a minus sign is going to go away there, and it did. So I'm going to take this now and I'm going to do a revolve cut. Okay, center of axis. Okay, first of all, I don't have a center axis, so I need to go make one. Reference geometry axis between this and this. That gets me that thing. Now I'm going to go back into this sketch and I'm going to make a revolve cut. And my axis of rotation is that thing. But I want to go 50 degrees around the midplane, just like that. All right, that's great. That's what I want. File, save this thing. Let's take this revolve cut and mirror it. Let's mirror around this. That gets me onto the other side, which is exactly what I wanted. Maybe I should wait till I do my whatever. Okay, before I do this revolve, before I do this mirror, I'm going to go get my fillets in there, which is the last step I needed to do. 0.4, 0.4, 0.4. Everything is 0.4 fillet here. Okay, what's going on with this? 0.4. Okay, great. 0.4. 0.4. 0.4. 0.4 symmetric. Excellent. Now we're going to do is mirror that cut, which we did, but none of the fillets came, so we're going to go edit this, and we're going to tell it that we also want the fillet to be in there, which is that one. Let's see if that worked. Excellent, excellent, excellent. File, save this thing. Now we're going to apply the material, edit the material. What is this material? ABS. ABS is not steel. ABS is plastic. Plastic, plastic, plastic. Here we go. ABS, ABS, apply, close. Okay, and then it says there's a texture. Okay, let's try this here. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Advanced. Surface finish. I'm totally unfamiliar with what we're looking at right now. MT11050, that's not what I want. Okay, let's see. Blah, 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 none, rough, knurled, temp, blah, 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 machined, burnished, sandblasted, from file. Nope. Those are none of the ones that I want. Cancel that. Not entirely sure. Tabs. Okay, see sheet metal structure, weldment, mesh tool, render tool, toolbars. Okay, let's see. Render tools. Okay, so I can feel myself starting to go down a little rabbit hole, whatever the right word is. Which I don't want to do, so this is dangerous. I'm going to skip adding the texture at this moment and just save this, save, because there's something going on with my sidebar that's unfamiliar to me, and I don't know what that is. So let's just go make a check here real fast. Check our mass properties. We should be around 1.26, and we are indeed 1.26. So that's good. I don't know how long that took me. See, 737. It took me about 10 minutes to do that piece. Let's just go blast through the head and get the head done. Okay, we're not done with this one because I don't have the texture applied. Is this thing gonna get it for me? Edit appearance. Okay, like I said, I've got to stop messing with this for a minute. Let's just cancel that. Let me not get distracted by that. I gotta stay focused. New file. Head. Oh gosh, the head doesn't even appear in the assembly drawing. That's a real mess. Whatever. We're going to just keep going as if the head is important since it's asked that we make it. Okay, so I have a circle on there. Then I have another circle on here. Okay, these two circles are the same size, so let's go make them equal to each other. Whoops, that's not working. Shift and that and make them equal to each other. Okay, then we're going to have a line that goes from here over to here. Then we're going to have another line going from here over to here. Then let's trim these things. Trim and trim. And actually we need to center this thing now. So let me get a line from center to center. Let me take that line and make it a construction line. Okay, accept that. I want this construction line to be, I want the center of this to be here. Okay, great. Now let's dimension some of this. Radius, 6. Distance from center to center, which is the size of this construction line, 30.5. Okay, that's looking about right, and it's fully defined. So let's accept that. This is 29.5 extruded. So 29.5. But in order to get that where I want it to be, I'm going to go from the mid plane, which will put my origin right in the middle. Excellent. Okay, let's pop these circles in here. So from my top plane then, I could do this on one of the edges, on one of the faces, but I'm going to do it this way. I think it's a little cleaner. but it wouldn't matter for the test. All right, this is 8.75, 8.75, and it's fully defined there. So we're going to take that sketch and do a extruded cut now. And let's go through both sides. Excellent. That's that. Now let's get these two small holes, the two holes on these front faces. Okay, those are on that line, on that line. Okay, this one and this one are identical to each other in terms of size. Let's actually go put a size on that. What is that size? It is 5.5, which is the same diameter as that long shaft. So this is maybe a clue as to what's going on with the head that does not appear in the assembly drawing. All right, those are fully defined. Okay, we're going to take these and we're going to cut extrude them through both, all sides, whatever, through both, however that's said. Okay, great. That has got me most of the main features minus all of the fillets, which I'm going to do last. And actually, of course, I got to do that like very funny looking thing. Okay, so section AA has a cross section on it. So this is section AA right here. Let's go draw on that. Or let's go sketch on that. Okay. So now we need to make a cut. Okay, so let's do some convert entities here for a second. Let's convert this thing. And not that thing. Clear. Let's go get that. Okay. Okay, there we go. Those two parts are two parts of my cut. And then I've got something like a flat line. And then it looks like I might have another, okay, I already have a flat line up here. All right, so then I've got two curves. One like this. And then one like this, except this point needs to be actually way up there. Okay. All right, now what I need is to make these tangent to each other so that we get a nice smooth situation. Okay, and then let's get this and this to be tangent to each other. Okay, great. I think we are very similar to this. Let's trim this. So trim and trim. All right, and now the question is, can we get these dimensions to be right? This one says 3. 3. Okay, this is a little weird. But this one says 1.927. All right. And then this one says radius of 5. And this one says a radius of 4. And it's gone completely black now, meaning it should be fully defined. So yeah, we're going to go with that. Okay, so that should be my sweep cross-section. Now I need a profile. I'm going to put my profile on this face, because it appears that some of that information exists. Okay. So let's go do that. Look at that normal. Here's my sketch right down here. I'm going to have some... Okay, how am I going to do this? I'm going to have a line like this. That's horizontal. Then there's a line that comes down like this, and then there is a vertical line. Something like that. Let's see if I can dimension this. Okay, so this thing is half of 19.5. 19.5 divided by 2. 19.5 divided by 2. Oh gosh, okay. So first of all, this thing right here needs to remain vertical. Thank you very much. All right, now we need this thing to be 45 degrees. Okay, gonna ignore that call for a minute. And then this dimension is given, which is 3.58, 3.578. All right, and that it becomes completely black, which is great because that means it's fully defined. And we do have a problem though, which is that this was supposed to be way up here. So let's go see if we can change that. Edit that. Let's get this point and this point to be coincident with each other. And that doesn't like that for some reason. Why do we not like that? Okay, first of all, let's go ahead and go in here and delete this one for a minute because it seemed to be working before that happened. Okay. That's weird because I should be able to extend. This is supposed to be 45 degrees, which it is. This should be able to come out here. Let's just delete this thing for a second. Delete this. Yes, delete that. Okay. And okay. Maybe I'm not being as smooth as I want to be, which is not cool. Okay, look. There we go. All right. Now what we had is we had this thing set to a certain height, which was 3.578. Okay. That's 3.578. I got 2.578 there. 3.578. I was humming because it didn't look like the image in the it didn't look like the image in the drawing. I'm going to move this way over here for a second. And I'm going to take this and extend this. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. Let's see if we can get this and this point to be coincident with each other. Yeah, like that. Okay. So now what we have to do is see if we can get that to be 45 degrees, which I think it is currently not 45 degrees. Cancel. Come on, Smart Dimension. From here to here. 45. Great. Okay. So that's half of 19.5. This is 3.578. And this is 45. That's what we want. Accept that. Okay, and it's connected right up there the way we want it to be. Now we're going to do a sweep cut. And my sweep cut profile is going to be that one. And my path is going to be that one. And it looks like that might be working. Let's see. Great. Let's see if we can take that and mirror it across this. Perfect. Let's see if we can get this. So we can get this cut and this mirror. I wonder if I have to take both of those. Take those and mirror them across this. Great. That's looking good. Then I guess maybe I got to take all of these and mirror them across this. I'm not sure, but that's looking like what I want. So, excellent. Save this thing before something crazy happens to it. Look back at my engineering drawing. And I have some fillets I have to add. Okay, point. Oh, dang, I never even saved this part. That's bad. Okay, cam. Dang, how did I get on cap locks again? Cam 37 head. Cam 37 head. Excellent. Okay. This says 0.5 typical on the radius, so we're going to do that right now. 0.5 face fillet. That looks good. Let's also choose this face right here. I think that's good. Okay, then we have 2 more fillets we have to add, or 1 more fillet at least. Okay, fillet on this edge. That one needs to be 0.5, and it also exists on this bottom one, 0.5. All right, that's looking pretty good. We need to get the material assigned, which is AISI 1020, polished steel black. Any black color is acceptable for the finish. Okay, great. Let's see if we can make this one work. Edit material. Okay, see, not that steel. AISI 1020, apply, close. Let's really wish my appearance thing was working the way I usually expect it to be working. Okay, but what we can do here is this says we can choose any black. So that black is really black. Let's just, I'm gonna set this to 30 and 30 and 30. Yes, that's what I'm gonna go for. That looks black to me. Let's go in here for a second. Okay, polished steel, which is what it said to do, and it's black. So that's good. File, save this thing. Did not say I needed to turn in a screenshot. It only said I needed to turn in the CAD file. So, let's check our mass here. We should be 83.51. Evaluate, measure, mass properties, 83.51. Excellent. Okay, great. That's that. We have 1 more part we need to make, and then we have to modify a few. And we're not an hour in yet. Dang, okay. I think I started at 7:37. Okay, so we're a half hour in. Okay, what we need to do now is make a new part. We're gonna make the cam. The cam's gonna be the hardest one to make here. Or not the cam, what do we call it? The lobe. File, save as. Cam 37 lobe. Lobe. Okay, so now I'm looking at the lobe drawing on my front plane. I'm going to, so by the way, I'm going to decide to put that circle, the largest circle cut, right at the origin because everything appears to be dimensioned off of that. So what I have to do now is just start cranking away at this. This is not the cut. This is the piece that is concentric with the hole. So let's get the dimension on this thing correct now. So this is 6.5 times 2. Okay, that's the rounded edge at the bottom. Okay, then I've got some line that comes up like this at some angle. And I can see what dimension that's coming up at. Then I've got some other sort of horizontal thing way over here like this. And then I have 2 curved things. Okay, let's just get those in here. Okay, now we have to do what we've been doing already a few times today, which is take this, and let's make it tangent. And let's take this and make it tangent. And let's take this and make it tangent. Whoops, that's not working. When we do this, we will end up with a smooth, okay, why does that not want to work? This and this tangent. There we go. All right. And then I've got some giant, arc like this. All right. And then I have this, I gotta trim this thing, trim. All right. All right, now let's see if we can get some of these dimensions to be in a good place. Okay, I'm gonna dimension from the center plane, which is the center of that circle, over to this, which is 90.5. And then actually I'm going to go from this plane over to this, which is described as 45.5. And I've got this thing right here, which is 82. All right. And then I've got from this plane down to this line is 16.5. 16.5. Now my whole bottom part's defined. That's excellent. Okay, now from this line, from here up to here, I have 50.87, 50.87. And then this guy is 75. Okay. All right, then we're missing one thing here, which is that from here to here is 12 degrees. That should be our last dimension, and it is. Everything turns black. Excellent. We're going to take that thing and we're going to extrude it. And we're going to extrude it 7.5 according to the drawing. But I also want to do this one from the mid plane because I know that those funny things around the edges that we saw earlier are probably going to require me to mirror across a mid plane, so I'm making it that way. All right, that's that. Let's go see if we can get some of the rest of this shape to work. So let's add in this fillet that's down here. Fillet 2. I want this to be 2. Yep. And this one up here says asymmetric fillet. Let's click on that edge. Let's go over to fillet, fillet. Okay, so here's symmetric edge, symmetric one. Here's an asymmetric one. And this says 15 and 10. So 15 and 10. And that actually is looking pretty close to it. Yeah, so that's looking good. Okay, let's get this, let's get some of these holes in here. Okay, so we've got a hole that's right in here. And this hole is, oh, there it is, 5.5. 5.5, that dimension was in the head, that dimension was on the shaft. These are probably clues that these things all are related to the assembly. Extruded cut. Okay, through all both is what we want. Through all both. Great, there's that. Let's go get those two little small holes in there. Let's edit this, sketch on that plane. Okay, so I can see there's another hole on this plane. Okay, and then there's just another random hole off somewhere over here. 2 and 1.6. So these are different sizes. So not going to make them the same. This one is 2. And this one is 1.6. All right, now smart dimension from the center of this to here, 8. That's fully defined now. And now from here to the center of this one is 21. And from the center of this over to this edge, 32.56. Okay, that's done. Let's through cut all of these. Extruded cut, through both. Excellent. Save that. Save, see if we're still recording here. Yeah, we still seem to be recording. Okay, now I'm going to do this sort of large cutout, which is shown on the next drawing. Okay, so we're going to make another sketch on this plane, the front plane. And this says, first of all, those notes are sticking out to me. Offset. Okay, this thing reverse. Offset this 7. I wonder if I can offset this at the same time. It didn't like that for some reason, so let's, okay, whatever. I'm going to try that offset again. In fact, I've totally lost my sketch. Don't know where that went. Okay, offset, reverse. Okay, we'll accept that. Then we're going to offset this one. Great. Okay, I usually don't like to do sketch fillets, but I'm going to do one right now. And that sketch fillet needs to be 35. All right, is that going to work? Yep. Okay, then it looks like there's some giant circle, so to speak, from here to here. And this one is 34 in radius. Changing this value would make invalid geometry. Okay, well, not liking that. Okay, radius, 34. All right, something weird's going on there. Let's just delete that and try it again because that should be working. Delete, delete. I don't know what I did there. Okay, so from here, look, why don't I get closer to what I actually want right here? Here, 30, wow. 34. First of all, that seems all wrong. $34. Now what's up with that? Diameter 4. I don't know what's that trying to do? Oh, wait a second. Not entirely sure what's up with that. What I can do though is I'm looking at this drawing for a second. I'm doubting what's going on with the 34. The radius marker always points to the center of the circle. It appears that the center of the circle is the same as this thing that's here. So let's delete this thing for a minute. Delete this. And it looks like this and this want to be at the same place. And that's giving us an overdefined sketch because of whatever's, I don't know what that is. So we're going to delete that. We're going to delete this thing again. Try that again. Okay. Actually, maybe what we're going to do is we're going to make a circle. From here out to here. We're going to sketch this thing radius 30. I said diameter 34, so 34 times 2. All right. That may be closer to what we want. Let's just see what's going on here. Okay, let's see. Dimension this. 34. Okay, it's already dimensioned right over here, so cancel that. I don't need to dimension that. What I'm going to try to do, though, is put a sketch fillet in here. Cancel that. Sketch fillet. Actually, let me be done with that because this sketch is giving me all kinds of trouble. But right now it's fully defined, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to extrude cut through all both. Okay, so far that's looking okay. I'm going to fillet 2.5 in here, not asymmetric, symmetric, 2.5 and 2.5. Let me look at my drawing. That is hard to know if it's exactly right, but it looks more right at this point. So I'm going to go with that. And we're still fully defined, so that's good. All right, I'm going to have to just keep crunching as if that's right, and I think that it might be, but I'm not 100% sure, and I won't know until I can check the mass. All right, so now what we're going to do is make these cutouts. Got some offsets we need to do. Offset that in the opposite direction. Okay. 11.5. My other thing was 16.5, if I remember that right. Yeah, so that means it's going to be, this is going to be offset 5. Okay, like that. And interestingly, let's take this. Offset, all of this is also offset by 5. Reverse that direction. Okay, now, first of all, before I get ahead of myself, it's a good idea for me to make these construction lines that are all shown on here. So from the center out to somewhere, that's going to be a construction line. Let's go make that a construction line now for construction. All right, then I'm going to have another one. How many am I going to have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 other ones. From here, 1. Okay, then we're going to take another 1, 2, and we'll do another 1, 3, and I think there's one more. I'm making sure that I'm picking the center of that circle so I don't have to like try to dimension everything. Okay, so these are going to become construction lines. Construction line, construction line, construction line. Actually, I don't like doing so much in one sketch. This is kind of messy, but we're going to keep going with it. I'm going to see if I can get it to work. So smart dimension then. Okay, from here to here, 17 degrees. Okay, from here to here, 18 degrees. From here to here, 24 degrees. From here to here, 23 degrees. Okay, then we have another offset over here of 7. Reverse this and make that 7. Oops. Looks like I hit escape before I did it all the way. Sometimes I have that habit. Let's extend this thing up here and then hit this extend around like this. Let's trim this. Okay. I think that's part of what we have going on. Okay, then we have a circle that's 39 from here. Okay. Wow, there's a lot going on in here. So this is sort of just a matter of can I manage everything. This one should be radius 39, so 39 times 2 for the diameter. Okay, great. And it looks like this one, extend entity, is going to extend out to that. Okay, let's trim off some of this stuff we don't need. We don't need this. We don't need those. Ultimately, it doesn't look like we'll need that. Okay, now I just have to go and get all of these things in here. So I need a line that is from here to here. It appears. Okay, escape. Then I need to offset that line, offset entity, and opposite direction, please. 3.3. Okay, that looks right. Okay, then I need to draw a line that is on this one. How do I do that? Okay, so let's make this coincident with this if it's not already collinear, excuse me. I need to offset that line 4.5. 4.5. Okay, just to show you where I'm headed with this, let me go to the trim function. I have in here something that is very close. Okay, now I can see that I have a problem with this, so let's be done trimming that and go extend some things. Let's extend that one, and then I also need to extend this one. Okay, now I can trim. I should have done that first. Okay, let's go extend this one. Extend to there. Okay, actually it looks like I screwed that one up because it looks like I lost my offset. Let's go back to this offset. I should have offset from this, something that is 4.5. Yes. And I need to take this one and extend it out there. Now let's trim this. Trim, trim, trim. Okay, so this gives me a close cross-section here, close cross-section here. Now I just have to keep working around until I got them. And like I said, I don't like doing so many things in one sketch. It's probably going to get me into trouble, but let's just see what happens. So from here out to here, and let's make sure that this thing and this line are collinear. Okay, this line and this line, okay, forget it, I'm messed up on this. This line and this line need to be collinear. Okay, and then on this one I need to offset this one 45 as well. Offset, excuse me, not 45, 4.5. That's 4.5. Whoops. Okay, now let's extend this entity over to here. Okay, let me get my other lines before I do some trimming, because it looks like it's otherwise making me add some extra lines, which I don't want to do. Okay, I draw a line from here to here, and I need this line and this line to be collinear. Then I need to take this thing and offset it. And that one's going to be offset 3.5 instead of 4.5. Okay, that's good. Now I got one more to do. Okay, and I'm just crossing my fingers that I'm not creating all kinds of problems by putting so much in one sketch. If I am, then I'm just going to have to take it slower, and it's going to take more time, which I don't want it to do. 3.5, 3.5, perfect. Okay, first of all, is this what we're looking for? Okay, so that's going to get me one hole here, one hole here, one hole here, one hole. Okay, this looks right. Now we're going to go trim a bunch of stuff. Trim. Okay, there's one hole, there's another hole. Here's another hole. And a hole, and another hole. Okay, this one I can see is having a little bit of trouble. Okay, so we're going to extend this and then to here. That's weird. Trim. Okay, first of all, we got to... Okay, look, I've messed that up again. Control-Zing some stuff. There we go. Okay, this line, oops. This line. Okay, this line right here. We got to get it to extend up to this thing. So, get rid of this. Extend. Okay, and then extend. Great, that's what we wanted. Now we want to trim, trim this. Okay, back onto the trim command, trim and trim. Okay, first of all, everything's black. It's great, but it says underdefined. Why does it say underdefined? Okay, look, so I got this stupid thing hanging out right here. What is this? Huh? Delete that. Okay, I'm still showing as underdefined. Why? Because I got a point right here. I don't know what that is. Just delete that thing. I don't want to delete that thing, apparently. Okay, first of all, this thing, yeah, let's just accept for a second to sort of save this. Okay, I can see one of my construction lines is gone from here. Let's go edit this. Okay, this thing. I have no idea what's happened to that. I don't know what that is. Okay, look, this guy's not shaded for some reason. So that's not a closed cross section, first of all. We've got to go fix that, or we're not going to have any luck. Those points are looking okay. These points over there are looking okay. Oh, this one needs to be trimmed. Whoops. Cancel, trim, trim. Okay. I'm going to do something I don't like to do right now, which is I'm going to take this underdefined sketch and just see if I can do what I want to do with it, which is to do an extrude cut through both on both sides. Okay, that's working the way that I want it to. But I have this underdefined sketch, which is a problem, and we're going to have to go fix this. Okay, first of all, what's going on with this? Don't know what that is, and I don't know why. Can I delete this? Delete. I don't know what this is either. Delete. And there's this. Delete. These could be really bad things for me to be deleting. That's that one. Okay, this is my construction line there. This construction line somehow ended way over here. Okay, I can feel myself not being super smart here, having some trouble with some things. Okay, and this one is... that's like a dimension line at this point. So I think our problem is that, let me go back looking at this normal. Okay, it looks like one of my construction lines has disappeared. So I'm going to come over to here. Maybe it's that thing I deleted a while ago when I'm like, what the heck is this thing? Okay, I need this line and this line to be coincident, or let's say collinear with each other. I actually don't even know if I need a construction line here anymore. Okay. Let's delete this thing. I'm probably messing with stuff that does not matter at this point. So I should be extra careful about why I'm even doing this. All right, this one should be 24 degrees, which it is. Okay. Oh, that's so bothering me that it's underdefined. Why is it underdefined? I'm going to spend about 1 more minute on this, and then I'm going to just have to live with it. Okay, this is part of the problem of sticking so many things in one sketch. Okay, so when we don't know what is underdefined, we can grab things and kind of move them and see what happens. So these are all like fixed because they're all black, which means I have another entity floating around here somewhere. Is it way out here? No. Is it down in here somewhere? No. Might be a random point. Is it this? Can I delete this? No, that's the center of something. Okay, I have no idea. I'm gonna just take it and move on. Why do we have this thing going on over here? This thing, I needed this to be coincident with that line. I don't want this to be coincident. So I don't know what this is. Let's go get rid of this thing for a second. Delete this. That's the end point of something. I need this and this to be collinear. I'm so messed up by spending time on this. Okay, I'm just gonna forget that. I'm gonna have an underdefined sketch. Let's go back to my drawing. I still got a lot to do, so I need to just make sure I can do this. Okay, let's see, 2.5. It's 2.5 everywhere for these fillets. So let's go do that. 2.5, must have had a 2.5 already in this model. All of these things are filleted at a 2.5. Let's go get all the ones I can do now without rotating this around too much. Okay. Not feeling good about my two problems that I know I have at this point, which is that I don't have the texture applied for the head or whatever part that was, the cover. And I also have an underdefined sketch in here, which is making me mad, but I can't let that keep me from finishing the rest of this stuff. I can't get distracted by it, even though I really want to be distracted by it. And I'm obviously distracted by it right now, even while I'm doing these fillets. Okay, wow, there's a million fillets in this thing. Okay, that's not what I want, so let me delete that one. Delete. Okay. Did I get them all? Did I get them all? Nope, I missed one. Right up here. Let's go edit this fillet. Edit. Let me add that one. Okay. All right, that's looking good. With the exception of this thing. That makes me mad. Okay, now what do we got? We actually now just have to deal with the funnies that are on the edge. That's going to be all about cross-section F and cross-section JJ. Let's go for cross-section JJ first. JJ, where is JJ? Oh yeah, then I got to look at detail K. All right. So I'm going to draw something on here. According to this thing, the cutouts begin at 6.7. Okay. So I don't know. It's like I got something like this. Section FF. Okay, section FF is going to the center. I guess maybe I better start with detail G, since that's what my cross section is telling me. Okay, so first of all, let's get some dimensions on here. This thing down to this thing is 6.75. All right, and then this is a full radius, so this one is probably 0.75. That seems sort of small. And then this thing and this thing, oops, I don't want to dimension that. According to this, it appears that this thing and this edge would be coincident to each other. All right, that doesn't look right. Actually, what we have to do is we have to get a height on this first. Okay, can we get that from... Yes, we can get it from there. It says 1.8. 1.8. Okay, that's gonna look a little bit better. Okay, let's take this thing. It's fully defined. And that's 210. So I need to extrude this thing, extrude cut. 210. Can I do this? Midplane? Yes. Okay, this is looking right to me, I think. Fillet this edge, 0.75. Great. And then there is a chamfer on this edge. Chamfer, chamfer, chamfer. Where's my chamfer? 0.25. 0.25. Like that. Okay, so we got that. And then we have the other feature that's going to happen. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Not on the center plane, okay? I'm on one of these edges. Okay, so on here, let's make a sketch. Now what I'm trying to do is what's in detail 7, or excuse me, K. Okay, and it will help me maybe if I can view this as like this. Here we go. All right, well, that's kind of hard to know what to do with that. But nevertheless, it appears that there is some sort of, oops. It appears that there is some sort of rectangle like this. This thing and this thing are going to be coincident to each other if we can get that right. Why will that not do that? Okay. I need the line itself. Okay, let's see if I can convert this. I don't want to convert the face, that's the trouble. Okay, here we go. I need this. Let's see if we can convert this. Edge. Will that work? I definitely did not want to do that because now I got all these parts just came in here. That might be last resort. Actually, can I just delete most of them right now? That's bad news. We don't want to do that. Control Z that thing. Okay, well, not quite sure what to do with that. Okay, I'm gonna look now at this. Okay, well, nevertheless, this thing here needs to be, whoops, 1.75. I feel myself slowing down, which is not good. 1.75. And then it looks like this thing and this thing are sort of, I don't know if that's right. Okay. Nevertheless, it appears from the drawing. Okay, escape out of that. Let's go look at that normal. I'm going to convert entity for a second. This one, if I can get that. Can I convert entity? Okay, so there we go. I want to convert that thing to my plane. And I want to extend it out here. And I'm going to make this a construction line. Because it appears that, okay, let's trim this one for a minute. Trim this. Okay. It appears that this and the midpoint of this are about the same spot. So we're just going to take that like that for a minute. And then I got a 0.75 on these, so I'm going to try a sketch fillet again, which I don't like to do. Okay. 0.75. Okay, let's try that again. Clear that. Oops. The segment has a midpoint or equal to length, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I guess I can delete that for now. And then what I can do is go add it back in once I get a little short one, which I'm going to get there. Okay, so the midpoint of this. Okay, let's see, let's just get out of this thing. Okay, the midpoint of this and the end point of this. Okay, I'm not entirely sure if I've got that correct yet. Let's smart dimension this thing, 0.75, cancel, that's coming from the sketch fillet. Oh, it's right there. Wow, this is getting a little bit messy. Okay, get out of this dimension. Okay. Now what I'm trying to do, this thing's floating in space. And I'm not sure where to place it. Okay, according to this, it appears that this thing and this thing. Okay, let's go convert entity again. Let's convert entity. Try to get, okay, come on, convert entity. Convert entity. Oh no, I can tell I'm getting flustered, and I don't want to get flustered. Let's convert entity, this one, over to there. Got to keep my cool. Okay, seems that this line and this line are collinear. Right, just like that. I want to take this and we got to turn it into a construction line. Okay, now I need this thing. Okay, so this is a cut. So I could just do it this way and make the cut. Problem with this one is it's unknown where this line is. That's why I was trying to get it to be coincident with this down here. Look, maybe that will work now. Great. All right, that's what I'm wanting. Let's see if it works. Extrude cut. No. First of all, I have no idea what's going on with that. Hold on. Let's get out of that. I don't have a close cross-section yet, it appears. Okay, or actually I've got a whole bunch of other garbage going on here. There we go. Save that. I might have a whole bunch of extra stuff here. Okay, so now I'm going to take this thing and extrude cut. Not liking that it's not giving me a preview. And the problem is because I have all this extra stuff over here, Okay, so what happened is I at some point took a convert entity and took this entire face. So what I need to do is go in here and delete all this. Delete. And in here I've got these parts that are floating around. They're in my sketch. Yeah, see, all this is in my sketch. Okay, first of all, have I trimmed up there? Okay. Okay. So the problem is, okay, how are we gonna do this? I need this line to exist in my sketch. Maybe I don't need it to exist in my sketch. I just need this point here and this thing here. I need that to be coincident. Okay, I'm gonna have to just punt a little bit on this because I can tell it's taking me too much time, and that's not good. I need to basically make this dimension 0 or very, very close to 0. So let me take this. Can I make it 0? Doesn't want to be 0 for some reason. Okay. This is bothering me. Okay, I knew we would run into trouble because this is just how this stuff goes. Sketch 8 is fully defined. I'm not entirely sure why it's fully defined. Let's see if we can get Sketch 8 to do a cut. What's going to happen when I do this? Direction of... This wants to know the direction. That's a little bit weird. I have no clue what's going on here. I've really messed this up. Sketch contains more than one open contour. Okay, great. Let's go figure out where our contour is. Here, yeah, we've got this part up here that we don't want. So, oops, cancel. Yes, cancel. Go into our sketch. Oops. Into our sketch. Sketch. And we want this thing to be deleted. Actually, you know what we want? I know what we want. We want to trim this. That's what we want. We want to trim this. Okay, so first of all, let me Control Z that. I'm going to mess this up for a minute. Delete. Take that back. How come I can't delete just that piece? No. Because I'm trying to, I need to edit the sketch. Edit the sketch. Okay, so we're going to try to trim this. Can I trim this? Yes. Can I trim this? Wrong one. Oh, this is so messed up. I'm doing a bad job. Trim. That. And then I want to come in here and delete this garbage that's hanging out right here. Delete. And then I have an underdefined sketch, which is not good. Why am I underdefined? Let's see, though, if I can get this to be doing the extrude cut that I want. Okay, this looks like it's still going to give me the same problem. Okay, sketch has both open and closed contours. Pick a sketch entity to define an open or closed contour. To define a region, pick inside the area bound by... Well, I did what it told me to do. I'm going to take that for a second. It should not be 2.15, it should be 2.7 in terms of its depth. 2.7. Wow, I think there should be a warning on this because I can't say that that was very smooth. What's happened with this? It's underdefined. That's not good. Okay, look, I still have these parts right here and right here that are dangling. Let's go in and edit those. Edit the sketch. Delete. And delete. And let's save this. Still underdefined. Not good to be underdefined. Edit this sketch. Is it because I don't know the radii on these? Okay, now we're fully defined. Except it's still showing as underdefined. There is a point hanging out right here. Not entirely sure what that point is. What happens if I delete it? Says fully defined. Now we're fully defined. Wow, that's tough. Okay. I can see one small difference between my model and the model in the drawing, which is this line and this line should have been lined up. But I'm not going to mess with that right now. I'm just going to demonstrate that I can get this bad boy to do what it's supposed to do. Okay, we're going to get this thing, and we're going to mirror it across this. That's good. Now we're going to see if we can get this. Okay, so we're going to see if we can get this and this. Let's see if we can get all this to pattern. Circular pattern. That's messed up. Okay, look, that's what we want, but we want to flip the direction. We got 20 instances, just what we wanted right there. 12, we don't want 12, we want 20. Let's see if this will work. Wow, okay. Now, we're going to come back in here into our part. We're going to go into our material. We're going to edit material. And this one is AL aluminum 6061 alloy. Aluminum alloys. 6061 alloy. Apply, close. It also says that I have a custom color in here. So let's go fix that. Let's edit this. I need to check those materials here in a little bit. 120, 0, and 230. 230. Okay, excellent. What time is it? Ooh, it's 9 o'clock. But now we're going on this for an hour and a half. Oof, oof, oof. Okay, let's check the evaluate. Mass. 53.13. 53.31. So I'm off by a tiny amount, but it's less than 1/10 of a gram. So I'm going to take that and say that that guy has come out just right. File, save. Okay, I gotta get to my next part, which is, okay. I have to pause for a second here and go download the parts that are needed. Come on, people. No idea what's going on with this. Printable scenery. I don't even know what that is. Okay, let's close this. Let's open a new window. Why is my Google Chrome not working? Okay, we're gonna have to do this a different way. Why is Google not working? Okay. Chrome, come on, Chrome. Okay. That's super messed up. No clue what's going on with that. Is there any other browser in this program? I don't even know any other browsers in the old Windows. Okay, look, there we go. Loading suite. Graphics. Student view. Assignments. Fluency test. Link to test. Cam 37. Cam provided parts. There's the Cam provided parts. Okay, gotta keep going, keep going, keep going. Lobe, 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 lobe. Doesn't matter what. Okay, let's go get one of these. So I know at this point I have a couple of problems still. Okay, come on, people. There we go. I have some finishes that are not right on some parts, and I also have an underdefined sketch in here, which is not cool. Open, open, open. Cam provided parts, Cam provided parts. Short pin, short pin, short pin. What is this thing called? Modify the through pin. Through pin. Here we go. What I need to do is pop a thread on this. Let's grab that edge. And we're going to go up to Features, and we're going to go to Hole Wizard. We're going to go to Thread. And in the thread, okay, whatever. Thread, 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 thread. Well, I know I'm going to offset this, first of all. Offset the other direction. And I'm just going to stick 5 in there for a second. Going to offset that 5. And then my overall thing here is going to be 15, but I offset it by 5, so I just made that 20. And then I've got to go in here. Whoa, okay. Got to go in here and find what I want here, which is M6X1, M6X1, and okay, metric die. Yeah, we'll use a die for this, not a tap. Okay, so use a die. Okay, let's just see if this is looking the way that it should. Let's do a quick measurement. Evaluate, measure from like somewhere down here to like somewhere up here. It should be around 15, and that's what it is. It's offset a little bit, angled a little bit. I'm just going to take that as being good. Okay, let's file and save that thing. That's been saved. That one looks like it's done. Okay, now we got the stem decal placement. File, open, stem decal, stem decal, stem assembly, stem. Here we go. All right, this says apply 1 decal. Oh man, this part's hard to see. So I'm just gonna do it like this here. Okay, those look like they're the same on both sides. Okay, so on this surface, I want to apply a decal. Okay, how am I gonna do that? First thing I'm gonna do is go up to my render tools, which are not on here. Toolbars, tabs, render tools. Go into my render tools. I'm gonna edit a decal. I'm going to go get the path for that decal. Desktop, class examples, cam test, provided parts. I'm gonna put on this one. It says put on just one. I'm gonna stick on this one. Now I have got to get the mapping. I'm going to put it onto this face. There it is way over there. I don't want it way over there. I need to be approximately 19 inches long. Okay, look, fixed aspect ratio. And this one needs to become 19. See if that happens. Yep. Then I need to go pull this one down. Can I just pull this? Okay. Okay, now it's going to help if I can view this straight on like this. I'm going to call that good. Mapping, projection. Just going to go with that. Okay, did it work? Did it work? I have no idea. Let's go back into this one. Ooh, excellent. I am going to just say that that's that. Save that. Need to avoid being a perfectionist. And now it's time for an assembly. All right, our assembly is problematic. And it's problematic because there's no head in here. And it seems that the head is what most things here would be attaching to. So I'm going to new, let's make a new assembly. I've got only a few minutes before my next meeting starts. So, making an assembly. Okay, my computer seems to be running a little bit slow. Not sure why. I'm gonna pop that head in there. It's really unfortunate that the head does not appear in the assembly drawing, which is a mistake, and one that you should not be accountable for. Nevertheless, it is a part that needed to be made, and I can see it in the actual drawing, not the drawing, but the... Okay, first of all, I want to make sure I'm in MMGS, which I am. Okay, and save this thing as cam assembly. Okay, look, I should follow the naming convention. Cam 37 assembly. I want to go ahead and stick it up here. Class examples, stick it in here. All right. Okay, what are we going to do now? We're going to insert some stuff. Insert new component. And we have long pin, long pin, long pin. No, we want to do through pin. All right. This thing and this thing, concentric. This face and this face, mating. And then we want to take this guy and look at the mates and take the concentric and make it lock rotation. Okay, so first of all, let's turn a plane on in here, just so I can see what's going on here. I'm going to take a long pin now. It appears that the long pin does this here, long pin. I'll take this thing and make it concentric. And then I want to make this thing and this thing concentric. Then I want to take this guy, take one of our concentricities, this one, and lock that rotation. I can close that, and I can close this. I'm going to take this whole cam, and I'm going to... Is it possible for me to mirror this? Layout, linear pattern, mirror component. I want to mirror the component around this. I don't know, is this going to work? Yes. Excellent. What else do we have now? We have some washers that have to go in there. Cam washer. Looking at the drawing now. Insert component. Insert components. I gotta go browse for this. This one's not been open yet. Provided parts, washer. Okay. This guy and this guy, concentric, and, oops, not that, this face and this face, mating. Let's try that whole, this one, it's a washer, so it doesn't really need to be constrained in its rotation. Could be either way. Okay, mirror component, what is that? Cam, what I need is find the washer. Here we go, washer. Mirror this across this. That's gonna work. Yes. Now let's take that whole thing. Okay, is it possible for me to take this and mirror this across this? What's gonna happen if I do that? If I do both of these? Okay, that's confused. Okay, so what we're going to do is take the washer and we are going to mirror it about here. That should be placing it over there somewhere. there it is. And then I'm going to take that and mirror it across here. I don't know, is that going to work? Yes. Okay, excellent. Now I'm going to stick my lobe in there. Okay. Insert component, lobe. Okay, first of all, it looks like this thing and this thing are concentric, but I want to flip this. Yep. And then it looks like this plane and the washer face are mating with each other. Okay, look, now I got this, just sort of, this thing's floating now. Don't know exactly where that goes, but at this point, I'm just going to say that this and this are going to be lined up with each other. Parallel. Okay, my lobe's fully defined. Okay, that's great. Okay, now it looks like there's that little pin. I got only a few minutes left. Open, open, open. Insert, insert, insert. Insert component. Browse for it. The little pin, short pin. Here we go, short pin. That and that need to become concentric. And I want to flip that maybe. Nope. Okay, hide that one, short pin, mates, concentric, flip mate alignment. There we go. And then it's offset by 1.5. So this thing goes like this. It's going to go like this. So you can see them both. This plane and this plane have an offset mate, 1.5. 1.5. Say that's good. Yep. Okay, great. Now what we're going to do is pop our other lobe on here. Okay, let's see. Insert component, other lobe. Okay. This guy and this guy become concentric. Okay, we already decided this guy and this guy become parallel to each other. Let's move that way back there, which I didn't want. And then we can see in the drawing, 7.25 is the distance between these planes from here and, excuse me, between these lobes. 7.25, is that what it said? Yep. Great. Okay, accept that. All right, look, then I got to pop the washers in here. Okay, insert component, insert component, insert component. Okay, washer. Okay, let me turn these planes off now for a bit. This thing and this thing are concentric. Not concentric, yes, they're concentric. This thing and, oh my, hard to find it, it's right there. These are mating to each other. Let's just see if that worked. Yep. Okay, then I need to take this thing, turn my planes back on. I'm going to mirror that. about that. There it is. Huh. Does this actually exist right here? Huh. This is weird. I'm not sure if that's actually how the assembly is, but I'm going to go with it for a minute. Okay, then I'm going to insert component, browse, bracket, this and this, concentric, this and, turn these off, this concentric, okay, try it again, this guy and this guy concentric, and then we've got this face and this face mating with each other. Okay, first of all, that's almost good. I just got one more thing to do here, and that is that it's not one more thing. I got a lot of stuff to do still. Short pin, short pin, short pin. Where's my short pin? Short pin. I should really save this before something disastrous happens. This and this need to become concentric. Great. Excellent. And then this and this are offset by 1.25. Is that what it said? 1.5. Okay. Wow. Now I need to take everything I just did and mirror it across this, but I'm going to save it before I do that. Save. And let's go ahead and turn these on. Okay. So now I've got Lobe washer. Okay, I already did the washers. Lobe down to short pin. Mirror around this. Let's see if this works. Great. File, save that thing. Okay, I've got only like a few minutes before my meeting starts. Okay. Is it possible now for me to insert a new component? And what I want to insert is the lower assembly. Here's what I want. Lower assembly. Is it thinking, thinking, thinking? It wants to rebuild? Wow, okay. First of all, get rid of all of these. Okay, it appears that this, not this, it appears that this and this are going to become concentric. Also appears that, oh, you know what I forgot? Okay, we're just gonna take this like this for a minute. I forgot to put in the cover. Okay, let's go do that now. Insert components. Cover. Oop, there's my cover that's the wrong color, first of all. That's ridiculous. Okay, and grab this and this and make it concentric. And pull this sucker down here. This and this are going to mate with each other. Okay. Then in the drawing, I gotta go to my meeting. Okay, these ones are offset by a small amount. This and, okay. I need this to go transparent for a minute. Control Z, I don't want that to happen. Change transparency. Okay, so I need this surface And this surface to be offset 3.64. Okay. Okay. So now we're gonna go back into the cam lower assembly. Okay, this cam lower assembly, let's see if we can get these planes back on for a second. Cam lower assembly and this thing, these should be parallel to each other. Okay, I'm just about out of time. This is almost as far as I can go before my meeting, that I have to go to my meeting. Can I move this thing up? Not sure why I can't move that. It seems like I need to move that to get the springs right. But for now, I'm just going to have to say that is it. That is as far as I could get. And I will come back in a follow-up video to show how the rest of the mating happens. Okay, I'm just back from the meeting that I was at it's a few minutes ago. And now what I need to do is I'm going to see if I can finish this assembly. I'll show you how I would try it. I've not assembled this actually before. So this is interesting that this thing is stuck. I would imagine this one being able to move. Cam cover, that thing, that's not what I want. Cam lower assembly. Okay, I want to look at the mates in the lower assembly. Coincident. Stem and plastic loop. Which one is the plastic loop? That one looks like it should not be underdefined. What is this? I'm not sure what that is. Pull down finger hold. What I want is pull down finger hold. Let's go look at that one. Pull down finger hold. Mates in cam lower assembly. Wow. Don't know what to be making of all this. Okay. Something is coincident there. Okay, let me save this thing. Save. I'm going to open the lower assembly. Okay, first of all, okay, look, I want that thing to move just like that. I want it to move in the assembly. Why is it not moving in the assembly? Okay, look, I want all those to move. Okay, I'm going to try something else here. Close this. Save these changes. No, I don't want to save those changes. I want to discard changes in assembly. Okay, there's that. I want to come over to Cam 37 assembly. Okay, this one, it's like I need this guy to move and it won't move. So what I'm going to do is try a different strategy here. I'm going to take my whole lower cam assembly, which is this one, and I'm just going to delete it. Maybe I should suppress it. Cancel. I'm just going to delete it. Might be a bad idea. Okay. Great. So I have some mates in here that are no longer valuable. So let me just go in and delete those mates. Hold on. I think I got the wrong one. Delete. It's okay to delete these because they're connected to parts that don't exist anymore. Delete. Yes to all. Okay. I'm going to save this as a subassembly and see if I can put it into the working other assembly. So let's save this. Save, and that's called the cam assembly. Now I'm going to make, oops. I don't know what in the world I just clicked. That was a cam cover. Darn, I have no idea what button I just clicked. Okay. I have these errors. I think these errors just popped up when... Okay, well, let's delete this lower assembly for the students. Yes, delete. Okay, great. I got some mates there that need to get fixed up. Okay. Delete. Yes. Delete. Yes to all. Okay, let's save this. Save. Okay. Now what I want to do is open cam lower assembly students. Okay, in this one, this thing can move. All right, what I'm going to try to do now is bring in the assembly that I just created. Okay, where is that? Insert, cam assembly. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to drop it there for a second. I can still move that thing. That's good. Okay, so first of all, I want this face and this face to be offset from each other by some special amount that I have to go look right now at the engineering drawing, which I have not opened up yet since I got back. 3.64, 3.64. Okay, now I think that's right. We might need to change that mate direction in a minute. Okay. Then I'm going to take this and make it concentric. Okay, now the question is, does this still move? Oh, good. Okay. Excellent. And the question is, does this move? That does move. Does it, can it roll? Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, and this is oriented the wrong direction. So we have one more thing we need to do, which is mirror component. What are these things? Okay, cam assembly. Let's just close all these for a second so I can see what I'm looking at. Okay, cam assembly. Okay, this cam assembly. Nope, I need to get this entire cam assembly. Let me turn on these for a second. All right, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to figure out how to orient this. I think I don't have a lot of options here, except, like I do have some options. What I need to do is, okay, let's see. Can I rotate these? Which one of these can I rotate? Can I rotate any of these? These are 90 degrees off from each other. So what I need is this plane and Shouldn't do it this way, but it's so hard to see with all these planes that I don't have a lot of other options. This one, these should be parallel to each other. Good. So that's just done that. Let's turn these off. Actually, let's turn these back on and turn those off and the plane and the axes on. Okay, that's not helping me too much. Nuts. I can see that I have, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I need to rotate this entire thing around because I have these two pins going inward and these other two pins going outward. I need this whole thing to be rotated 180 degrees. So I think that last mate that I did, which I can come down here into mates, yeah, this one I want to flip direction. Yes, did that work? Yes, that should have worked. Okay, now what we're gonna try to do is get this. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work, but oh, how I'm hoping it will work. Hold this, hold shift. I want these to be concentric. Wonderful. Okay, that's half the battle. It's not correct yet. Okay, look, that one's gone into there. Wonder if it's possible to do this. Make these concentric. That's great. And that's basically it. Okay, wonderful. So I don't think I can pull this down anymore. Yeah, I cannot pull this down anymore because of those mates that I just did. So let me save this. Save. All right, now frankly, there are two other springs that are not supposed to be in here yet. Let's change the transparency on this. Change transparency. Unfortunately, that's white because I can't figure out how to get the other thing to work. Whew. Okay, we got one more piece on this. Open, open, open. We want it not open. We want to insert, insert component. Browse. We want to insert the tensor spring wherever the tensor spring is. Here it is. Okay, so just think for a second here. Okay, I want this axis, and I want this thing to be concentric. Did that work? Let's try the next one. Then I want this axis and this pin to be concentric. Okay, now it doesn't like that. I'm gonna add this mate. I'm gonna add this with that work. Okay, first of all, that did not like doing what it needed to do. So we're going to delete that. Delete. Dang, I don't want to actually delete the part. Okay, Control Z. What I want to do is delete the mate. Oops, that's what I want to delete this mate. Delete that mate. Okay, I should be able to rotate this thing around. Oh, what the heck? Okay, come on, come on, come on. So weird. That's messed up. What's up with axis 1? That's super wrong. Okay, first of all, I don't want that to be that way. So I'm going in here and deleting this concentricity. Delete. Yes. And I'm going to come in and try it with this one. Okay, something weird happened there. Need this. In this, try to make that one concentric. Why that behaves that way, I'm not really sure what's going on with that. So wow, this is weird. Okay, I'm going to take this thing and just hide this guy so I can work in this area. Okay, those things are the way that they should be. And that one needs to be done in sort of in this area. Okay, how can I do this? Okay, here's a mate I've never done before. Need this thing and sort of this edge. Oh, perfect, that's what I wanted. Okay, so that's that. And now the problem is, how do we get this one worked up just right? Okay, we're gonna try grabbing this and this thing and make them concentric, tangent. We don't want them to be tangent. That's not gonna work. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna take this thing and hide it so I can see what's going on in here. This and this. I don't want it to be tangent, and if I make it tangent, that's a little weird, but actually, I guess it could work. I guess I'm gonna take that. That's weird, and axis 1 is super messed up. Axis 1 gets a negative score for whoever created this thing with the axis that way. It's just painful. Painful, painful, painful. Okay, so we're going to ignore that axis. We're going to come back here and turn on, let's go make this thing visible again. Visible and visible. Excellent. And we're just going to mirror that around the center plane. So we're going to go find that guy, whatever it was. Cam cover, no. This is called tensor spring. Linear pattern, mirror. We're going to mirror about. What are we going to mirror about? We're going to mirror about this. Boom, that one. Did it do it? I see it in there. Does it look right? Turn these off. Not right. That's interesting. It mirrored, but on both axes. I do not want it to do that. So how in the world am I going to solve that? I'm going to go in and see if we can edit our mirror, first of all. Edit our mirror. Front plane. There's not a lot of options here. Okay. I think what we might have to do is just take that out, delete that. Hold on. Well, there's some other options there. Okay, dissolve, hide, isolate, form, parent, child, blah, 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 blah. No, we just gotta delete this. Configure feature, no, we don't want that either. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna pop another spring in there then. Okay, and I'm gonna do it the same way I did the last one, which is hide this, and hide this, hide. All right, now I'm going to insert component, And I'm going to go get the tensor spring, wherever it is, right here. Okay. Now, let me just think for a second here. Let's turn on these. Okay, axis 1 was the messed up axis. We're going to take this, we're going to take this, we're going to make it concentric. Whoops. I did not want to lock that. That was a real mistake. Delete that. Yes, delete that. I take this thing, and I'm going to take this thing, and I'm going to make them concentric. But what I want is to flip that. Mate. Yes, just like that. Then I want this edge and this face to be tangent, is what we got earlier. Yep. Okay, this is not good. This is not good because this spring, I need a mirrored version of this spring. Where do I get a mirrored version of this spring? Okay, first of all, let's save this. Save. Okay, tensor spring. We want to replace this component with another component. Is there a tensor spring mirror wire covering mirror cable tensor spring? A mirror tensor spring. Okay, got an error on that, but we're just going to go with it for a minute. Okay, at least I know now that there is a mirror tensor spring. I don't know what the heck this is. Okay. Okay, let's cancel this. We're going to come in here and tensor spring, not that one. This tensor spring, we're going to delete that. Okay, then we get rid of that. Then this thing is just dangling, so we need to delete it. Delete. Okay, now we're going to insert this. Insert component, browse. Okay. Mirror tensor spring. Yes, okay. Now we're going to this one doesn't have an axis, which is horrible. Okay, so this and this are going to become tangent to each other. This and this are going to become something to each other. Okay, this is messed up. What has to happen right now is I have to go open this part. Open part in position. Okay, and this needs an axis in here. Can I put an axis through that? Can I see if I have an axis in here? Will it go? Please select a point on a surface. Okay, I don't want a point on a surface. Please select a conical or cylindrical face to define the axis. Can I just do that? No. How can I do that? How can I do that? Okay, we're gonna have to get an approximate center. It's all I can do at the moment. 15, 16, 15.5. Okay, we're just gonna go with that. And then we need a plane off of this. This is a terribly not great way to do this, but I'm not sure what else to do. And I have to finish it somehow. 9.5. Great. We're going to take that as the center of the circle. Looks like actually this plane I better manipulate just a little bit. This one wants to be 15.4. Okay, pretty much getting out of time on this. I have just a few more minutes before I have exceeded the amount of time that I want to spend on this. Okay, so we're going to save this. Save. Can I come over here and close this? Close. There's an axis. All right, this axis and this thing need to become concentric. And I want to flip that mate. So I come down here and say flip the mate. Great, excellent. This tangency was not working for us, so we're going to delete that. And okay, where did my spring go? It's kind of like disappeared. Did it go back there somewhere? Is it way over here? Okay, there it is. Okay, this plane and this plane are going to become tangent to each other. Yep. And then this thing and this thing are going to become tangent to each other. Except not like that. So let's delete that one. And do is get this one and this one. Yep, just like that. Wow. Okay, that was not easy. Save this. Save. Let's go back and turn all the lobes back on that are hidden at the moment. Did I delete them? Are they in here? No, they're in the cam assembly. Here they are. Unhide and unhide. Okay, that is it. That is my assembly. I am now going to run an interference analysis. Okay. Let's save this first. Save. Evaluate. Interference detection. Calculate. Okay, there's a giant interference here. Okay, there's a small interference way down there, and that's a small interference on the opposite side. This one is a giant interference. How can that be? I think I must have two washers overlapping each other completely here. Washer 2 and washer 4. I have two washers overlapping each other. One of these I don't need. Can I delete it out of here? No. Okay. Washer 2 and washer 4. Okay, washer 2. This is in CAM assembly. Okay, there's washer 6. There's washer 1. Okay, these are down in the mirrored components then. Washer 2 and washer 4. To delete operation can be done in different ways. Delete only the selected component. That produced one error. The washer is still there. This has created a mate problem. Whoops. That solved that. Now let me go back and do an interference detection. Great, and I have just the interference detection between the little spring and the hand puller. Okay, that is that. That is all I got. I don't know how long that took me to do because I had to pause for a meeting in the middle of it. But nevertheless, wow, that is what I got. If I'm gonna say what was messed up about this is, number one, the head was not shown in the engineering assembly drawing. Therefore, there was an assumption about where it went. I believe I assumed correctly. There was also there's one other problem. What's the other problem? Oh yeah, the other problem was that tensor spring having this sort of wild axis going off into nowhere land. That was messed up and not cool. But nevertheless, that's that. Okay, hopefully that helped. Hopefully you have a sense for how someone else solved this problem, especially how someone else may have crunched through the difficulties of working on this problem. Okay, thanks everyone.